Nikita season 4, episode 5, titled Bubble. Um, I guess the first thing, right off, we lost a member of the team, and it was Ryan Fletcher. In this episode, it was really sad, obviously, to lose anyone in the show, but it was a great moment in the show. It had great impact for obviously the entire story itself. Even though we only have one more episode to go, it does have amazing impact for the series. And this is really one of the only times we actually got to see one of the good guys actually get killed off. And in last season, I can't remember his name, but Alex's boyfriend, he died too, and that was once again a powerful moment because we would see all the bad guys die off, left and right in the show. And like they are a main cast of characters. And Ryan came in, I want to say 2 seasons ago, and he became a real character in the show. And obviously he's a part of Team Nikita, so obviously he's became a staple of the series. And in this episode, he had an amazing moment that I don't think he's really had until this episode, which was before he died, where he actually does fight off Amanda. And, he gives her the scar when he slams her head on the table, and it was just a really good scene. And like he broke his own thumb to escape from being tied up. And I thought that's a really cool scene for him. He breaks out, he knocks out Amanda, he takes out the one guy and shoots him. And, he's running with a broken thumb and a gun in his other hand. And, he's trying to figure out how to escape. Then he gets shot. And then as soon as that happened, I was freaking out that he'd be killed or something. And then, Amanda says she wants him alive and stuff. And I was wondering, when he was captured, is it worse for him to live because of, the things Amanda does? Is it worse for him to survive? Or is it worse, for him to die? And as much as I hate to see him go, he went out on his own terms. I mean, he took out the two guys, and then he jumps out the window, and it was an amazing scene. It was sad to see him go, but it was just a really powerful scene, and I'm glad that they did it that way. And he didn't just get killed, or he didn't just get shot. Like, he beat up all those people, and then basically killed himself in order to show to basically send a message to the team, like, hey, Amanda is still alive, and we have, basically 7 more problems than we thought we did. And, there was a lot that he actually said that we don't really hear. And obviously some of it was the fact that there were 7 members and that Amanda's alive. But I think we'll actually hear exactly what he said, because I think he said just something that really pushed Nikita a lot more than, Amanda's alive and there are 7 members, because it seemed like he said, more than that to me. But it was a really, powerful scene. And I love the ending when Nikita, when she gets the medal, she goes back to see him, and she puts the medal on him. It was a really good moment. And then that kind of leads to the ending where Nikita and Alex meet up again, and it has me excited for the last episode. And I thought that's what this episode was going to be, because they kind of promoted it that way, where it was going to be Nikita and Alex together, but they were still split up, and so they saved that for next week. But overall, I love this episode. Even before the ending, they had a great scene. They basically wrapped up the Sam basically being wanted by like this criminal when Alex goes to save him. And I love that scene too. They beat up all those guys. I thought that was a really great scene. It was a nice action scene. And he's beat up, and she goes in, she like stabs the one guy and then throws a knife at like the main guy, and like right in his throat, so he's down. And then she's like beating up people with the bottle, and then she breaks it and stabs the other guy. I was like, it just seemed like super bloody for the show to me, even though obviously they like shoot people all the time. It was just like, man, she's like throwing knives at people's necks and actually stabbing people. But it was a really cool action scene. And they worked together on the last guy who, like, she was choking, and then he was like biting her arm. And it was cool how they kind of teamed up, and then they kind of fall for each other, or at least they have sex. So we'll have to kind of see if they really do end up together, and I'm sure they'll mention it at least next week. But I thought it was a great episode. And now Nikita kind of has to work behind the scenes with Alex, because of the fact that she went on national television to say, hey, we killed Amanda, we stopped the shop, everything's done, the country is safe. And then they find out that things are not how they seem to be. So it'll be great to see how things go next week. It'll obviously be action packed. It'll obviously be emotional too, because it's gonna be the last episode. Even one of the scenes, Nikita's crying, so it's gonna have some emotional impact, of course. And who knows why? Hopefully, no one else does die. Really, that would really suck. But no one except Amanda, because it's Amanda. But I'm really excited for next week. Love this episode. Sad to see Fletcher go, but he had a great, you know, a great final stand, I guess. And it was kind of cool to see, even before the ending, he was still in the same sort of category where everyone thought, even he had the wall of theories basically, and Nikita came in and saw that, and she was still kind of in the same mindset, like everything's done, you don't need to do this, which they thought even when they were in the thick of it. He's got all these crazy theories and stuff. It's way over everyone's head. He still was in that mindset, or he was still in that sort of frame with all the other characters until he finally sacrificed himself to really get the message across, and obviously share the secrets. But love this episode. Comment below, let me know what you guys thought. Favorite parts, least favorite parts, and obviously one episode left. How do you guys think it's gonna go? So comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.